Hey everyone, my name is Dave Kettner, and I'm here today to talk with you about Etsy suspension. Now, this is something that's been going on a lot recently, trying to figure out, why is Etsy doing this? Why are they shutting down accounts when we know that most of the time that no one's doing anything wrong, right? So Etsy is coming in. We don't even get an email from them. We go to try to log on to our Etsy store, and we find out it's suspended. It's shut down. What's going on here? There's no email from Etsy. We have no idea what's going on, right? So this has been happening a lot, especially to new stores. Now, it doesn't happen to everybody, all right? But there is what we found out, an auto bot. So Etsy sends out this auto bot out there, especially checking new stores to see if the account, if they're a legitimate seller, if they're doing anything wrong, that sort of thing. And for some reason, this Autobot is picking up false positives, if you will, and they are automatically shutting down these accounts. So Etsy is trying. I understand why they're doing this, and people are like, "Oh, it doesn't make sense. It's bad business." And but here's the thing. There are a lot of accounts being created all around the world. There's a lot of spam accounts. So Etsy has been growing so fast, and they're having a hard time keeping up with that expansion, with that growth. So they put out these bots and everything. They're trying to limit the spam and junk that's happening on their system. I get that. All right, but the problem is that when you then try to contact them, you get this nasty letter. It says basically you've been suspended for life. Don't even try to get this taken care of, because they already assume you're guilty. They think that you've violated trademarks, you violated something. We don't even know what it is that they think that you violated. All right, now if you haven't violated these terms and conditions, then we're going to get your account back. All right, we have a very good record of getting your account back. I'm going to show you the steps of how to do that, and I'm going to include a template letter for you to use to get it back as well. So first off, I just want you to know that this is happening. It has happened to a lot of new stores already, and it's going to probably continue to happen. So that's okay. We have a fix for it. Now, if you already got an email, a nasty email saying, "Oh yeah, you're never going to get your account back," again, don't worry about it. They think that you violated something. You have not. All right, but before we do, I want to make sure that you know what the terms and conditions are, that you know what the terms of use are from Etsy, and as a seller, we know what those are. So I'm going to switch over to my computer now, and we're going to look at what some of these things are and show you where to find them, so you can then make sure that you haven't violated anything, you haven't violated trademarks, copyrights, and you should know what these are anyway. So let me go over it now and switch to my computer. All right, so I'm over here on my computer now. You'll see I have a few tabs open here. Etsy does tell you here what happens if my account is limited or suspended. You can go through there and check this out. If you go through their help topics, they have all this stuff in there. I'm not going to cover anything in here. What I want to cover is their terms of use. So I'll have a link to that below this video. You can actually go ahead and make sure you take a look at this. Go through this. Now, I know a lot of times when we sign up to do something, we don't look at these terms, right? We're just like, I agree. Well, we need to know what these things are. So make sure you go through these terms, take the time to read through all these different things. And I do want to call you out. I'm going to show you something down here as well. They have house rules for sellers and house rules for buyers. So once you're done reading this whole thing here, I suggest you come back up here to number 2, click on our house rules for sellers. All right, and then be sure to go through all this as well. All right, you want to understand every single point in here that they go through. You want to understand their pattern policy, their intellectual property policy, because we want to make sure that we're not doing any trademark violations or copyright violations. That's very important. So go through all of this. Now, if you also want to look at, they have an area in your help center here, how to appeal a suspended account. You can take a look at that. It tells you what they're looking for, including in the detailed message that you're going to be sending them, and it tells you the different things here. What you can include in that letter. Now, you can check this out. If you want to add something to the template, that's totally up to you. It's your business. But I'm going to show you the letter that I use, and feel free to edit it to use it yourself to get your appeal to go through and to get your Etsy store back. So first, before I go over the letter, I want to share with you the steps that I put together for getting your suspended Etsy store reactivated. All right, so I put this all together here, and again, if it happens without warning, most of the time you're like, huh, what's going on? Sometimes it happens when you get your first sale. It's like, what? I just got my sale. I've worked so hard to make this happen. All right, don't worry. Don't stress. All right, back up. Be patient. And just understand this is happening to a lot of people, but all those people were getting that back as long as you did not violate the policy. All right, so like I said here, step number 1, check the Etsy terms of use policy. The direct link is right there. Go through it, read them in detail, and also the policy about the use about the sellers. After that, we want to write our appeal letter to Etsy. Now, I included the template. You can get it right here at this link. Go ahead and download it and go ahead and just include your information. So you see as I go through the template here in a second, just put your information in there, and whatever is the more details you can put in there, the better. All right, make sure you make it specific to you and your store. After that, we're going to submit this appeal letter. Now, we're going to do it through the Etsy Help Center first. Now, this one isn't as good as the next one, but we still want to submit there first. They kind of want us to go through this process of pushing it a certain way, right? So we go through to that link down below and make sure that you're not, well, you probably can't sign into your Etsy account if it's suspended anyway, but go ahead. You're not linked, you're not signed into Etsy. Click on that link and then go through to submit this letter as it says in there. So you're going to go through, put your subject and your description in there. Your subject is your title, description is your letter, and then there's a spot where there's a little drop down and it basically says, why was it closed? And you have to pick one or the other, and this is the best option. Etsy closed my account because of policy violations. That's what they probably did. Okay, doesn't mean that you're guilty. It just means that that's probably what they did. All right, submit it. After that, number 4, we're going to send an email now directly to Etsy with the same information. This email works really well. In fact, this is probably where you're going to get your response back. From integrity@etsy.com, we're going to send the same title and email that we just submitted through Etsy Help Support. All right, make sure that you're using the same email that you use for your Etsy store. The same email is very important there, okay? And then send it off. Now, you should get a response. It might take a day. It's not going to be a few hours, all right? Just be patient. But if you have not heard back from them in 2 days, now it could take a week, just so you know. But if you haven't heard them in 2 days, we want to show them that, hey, we're waiting here. We want to start making money. We want to be selling on Etsy, right? So number 5, then, if you haven't heard in 2 days, call them directly. Now, we know that this number has worked very well. We also know that if you try to call them at this number and you are, adamant or not using the correct words, they might hang up on you, all right? Don't take offense to that, but be calm, be patient, all right? Just let them know, the other person on the other end, just know that they're trying to help you, and they might already think that you're guilty, which is fine. Just let them know the most important thing is, I believe my store was shut down by an Autobot, and I would like a manual review of my store. So therefore, when somebody checks it out, they'll see that there's no problem and they should be able to activate it. Either way, they're going to have to email you back with a response, okay? Once we go through all these things, we'll get the store reactivated. Again, it's been proven that we've had a lot of success with this. You'll get your store activated again, and you should not have this problem again because it was an Autobot issue, and then they won't have that issue anymore as long as you're not breaking those policies, all right? Make sure you're not breaking any terms of service, any trademark or copyright violations. All right, so I have this whole thing there for you. I'm going to give you access to that. Below this video, you'll have that, and here's what the letter looks like. So subject, now feel free to change this however way works best for you, but what we found is account appeal 4, put your store name in there. All right, obviously where it says in parentheses, there's different things in your template here, put your information. Don't send it like this or you will not get your store back open, right? Description, hello Etsy support. I'm writing this to you regarding my Etsy store. Put your store in there again, all right? Take out the parentheses and what I put in there, which is just suspended. And my store is a print-on-demand store where I use Icon Ecom. Now, if you're not using Icon Ecom as a supplier, using a different one, Printful, Printify, Custom Cat, whatever, put whatever it is that's in there. Make it specific to you, all right? So this is for your products. My store is mainly made up of, now, if you have other things in there, put what you have in there. But a lot of times we're finding with our people that we're working with that we have coffee mug designs. And then include some of those niches, all right? So if you're putting some things up there for Father's Day, say, Father's Day, Mother's Day, gift items, engagement, whatever, put some niches in there of those designs that you have. Then all of my designs are unique and 100% owned by me. Make sure you put this in there too. Upon reading the Etsy terms of service, I do not understand why my account got suspended, as I have not violated any of them to my knowledge, nor have I listed any copyrighted or trademarked material. Okay, hopefully this is the case. You haven't done this. I believe that this suspension occurred from an Autobot that wrongly identified my store as violating one of your terms of service and believe this to be a mistake. I would like to ask you to have someone manually review my store to check if there are any issues with it, and if there are none, I would like to ask you to reopen my store so I can begin selling on your platform again. And then see it. You're just being nice. We're being cordial. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to sell my products on your platform. And I look forward to having my store activated again for selling. Realize it is a privilege for us to sell on their platform. This is their platform. All right. It's not our business. It's theirs. So let them know that we appreciate that, even though that we're not happy with them that they shut our store down. Right. And then give them this information so they can get a hold of you. If you have any questions or need any further information, please feel free to reach out to me at your email address, obviously the one that you register your store with, or by phone. If you have this option, put it in there. If you're international, you can put that in there as well, but more than likely they're going to just contact you through email. Thank you again. I look forward to reply sincerely, and then sign it with your name. Now, like I said, after a few days, maybe even a week, you'll get a response from Etsy, and this is the response that people are getting. And it's from Etsy Integrity, and you'll see it says, "Thank you for bringing your concerns about your shop status to our attention. We are experiencing an unusually high volume of emails at this time and apologize for the wait while we are looking into this matter for you. I've taken a look at your account and can see that your shop and listings are now active. If you don't see your listings, they should be searchable in the marketplace within the next 20 minutes. I'm sorry for any inconvenience you've experienced." Okay, so they take care of your problem, and this is what we're seeing. People, they're getting this email and they're saying, "Hey, we're sorry, but you're activated." Okay, and it says if you started the process of creating a shop and it's still in draft mode, you'll now able to, so you access all that different information is right there. Now down below you see it says here, "We have automated systems in place to protect the safety and security of the Etsy marketplace. These systems are monitored by Etsy employees, but occasionally shops operating within our policies may get caught up in them. We're always working to improve the accuracy of these systems and to make sure that is a rare occurrence," although we're seeing it happen with a lot of people, right? But they're saying, "Hey, we're sorry about this. It's happened. And, if you're able to share any details, reach out to this email address, integrity@etsy.com, so that we can quickly resolve it as quickly as possible." All right. So thank you for understanding. And that's the email that we usually get in response back when they activate your shop again. All right. So that's the process. That's what works. I'm sorry that this has happened to you. This is something that Etsy's doing, all right? But use this. It's what's working. Again, be patient. It might take some time, especially during busy seasons, all right? But this has been proven to work, and it should work. Now, if for some reason Etsy will not activate your store, don't try to just open another store. They will link it back to your main store. In fact, if you just try to put your head in the sand and just reopen another store, they're going to link it back to you, and they're going to shut that one down too. So take care of it. And if for some crazy reason they do not allow you to sell on the platform because you did break a policy or they still think you did, right? Hey, there's other places to sell our products. All right, we have Amazon, we have eBay, we have our own platform, so we can have Shopify and GrooveCart. There's so many different options, all right? You are a product seller. You're not an Etsy seller. You're not an Amazon seller. You are a product seller. Remember that. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope this gets your account unsuspended, and I hope you follow all the policies moving forward as well. Please be sure to like this video, like my page, subscribe to my content. I would appreciate it, and I look forward to bringing you more great information moving forward. So with that said, I wish you the best of luck, and I'll chat soon. Take care.